Coming to spring, we're introducing early Windflower. Obviously, the name comes from its early opening in the season amongst all other peony. So could you give us a bit of background of this particular flower, please?
Peony early Windflower, as you rightfully said, the name suggests that it's an early flower. And it is, in terms of the peony world, it is earlier. It's still going to be up here in Scotland. You're going to be thinking mid-May, something like that. Further south, obviously, but earlier than that. It's a herbaceous peony, so it's the usual die back to the ground over the winter type peony, and it's one of the few that's more, or that I'm not going to say more suited, but can handle more shade than most peonies. Most peonies love to be in full sun, but early Windflower is a good one for semi-shade. It's an Amodio cross from Professor Saunders in the States. That was bred many years ago. It has a very simple natural form. So to look at it, it's a clear white single with yellow stems, as you can see in your background. And it sort of nods over. So it's similar to, it's like a larger version of Japanese anemone, which is, of course, a late summer flower. Because it can handle a little bit of shade and it's got a very simple form, it's a really, really good peony for naturalized settings. So if you've got a lot of green backgrounds, or even something like a natural meadow setting under an orchard with old apple trees or something, it works perfectly. The single white flower would bounce off the spring blossoms, as well as it's not competing with the late season colour that you get in a meadow. It's more the greens and the simple whites that are coming out in that spring. So it's perfect for that sort of setting.
So it's a single petal peony. Is it unusual in the peony family? Because when we talk about peonies, immediately we thought about those doubles and bomb. Are there many single petal peonies?
The singles generally tend to be the species. So naturally in the wild, most peonies tend to be singles. There are some semi-doubles, but it's a case of hybridization and breeding over the years and selection for probably in Chinese culture centuries, where they've been selecting for that, the real frills and the spectacle of them. So it's not unusual in the peony world, but you tend to be more species tend to have the single flowers. And I'm a fan of both sides. I mean, the singles are great for that natural soft look, or if you want a real show of colour, then the doubles are what you're looking for. But on that topic, in the Chinese culture, is the single often seen in paintings?
Not actually. Traditionally, when we talk about peonies in the Chinese culture, we always see and thought of those double, semi-double, or bomb. I think, that's the stereotype. I have been to a peony garden in central China, Luoyang, and I have seen a variety of peonies, but a lot of them are tree peonies. And the status of herbaceous peonies is not as high as tree peonies in China, with the historical reason that in the imperial palace, people prefer tree peonies to herbaceous peonies because they're bigger, taller, kind of representing or relating more to power, elegance, and prosperity.
Wow.
And also there were poets wrote about the tree peonies and herbaceous peonies, that no matter how beautiful the herbaceous peonies are, they can never compete with tree peonies. Now that's the traditional or historical or stereotype that we have, but to me, the variety of peonies, either tree peonies or herbaceous or intersectional. They're just beautiful. And for me, I want a variety of them in my garden, a variety of colors. And when I actually paint them, I found different challenges in getting their beauty through, and also found different types of beauty in different peonies.
I think that's the thing, is that there is a peony for every type of garden, whether it be very contemporary, simple garden, or whether it be an extremely colourful cottage garden. There is a peony for every type.
Definitely, definitely.